Let's switch now to the Democrats, if we can. Jamel, I want to ask you about Hillary Clinton's email issues. She turned over her server. That was unexpected. Yeah. She said she wasn't going to do that. And she seems to have kind of a three-pronged approach. One is make light of it. She made that Snapchat joke. The other is to say this is a totally partisanship, total partisan witch hunt. And the other is to get involved in some fights. She's taken on Jeb Bush. She took on Marco Rubio. What's your sense of that three-pronged strategy?
I think it will probably work to avoid any damage to her in the Democratic primary, and assuming she's the nominee in sort of a general election. I myself have a very hard time, especially when the campaigns kick in and everyone and partisans kind of remember that they're Democrats and Republicans. I have a hard time imagining that there's going to be anyone who walks into a voting booth and says, you know, I love Hillary Clinton's education plan, but those emails, so I guess I'm going to vote for Marco Rubio now. That's just not going to happen. What I do think is her fundamental problem with the emails is the extent to which they emphasize the worst parts of, I think, what people believe about her. People believe that she's too secretive, that she's evasive. People believe that she might be hiding something, that she's not being honest. And even if there's nothing there in this email saga, I think that when it comes to getting to the momentum it would take to actually compete strongly in a general election, it holds her back. I don't think it prevents her, because I just don't think that's how campaigns work, but I think it holds her back a bit.
Ron, you've covered the Clintons since the mid-'80s. What's your take on?
Well, I don't disagree with anything you're saying, but it's not the only issue. Covering politics isn't just about who's winning and losing and who's going to win or lose. There's some bigger issues involved in it. Look, I'm a swing voter, an independent voter. I've known and respected her for a long time. A year ago, if you'd asked me, hey, would you consider working for Secretary Clinton? I'd say, yeah, I'd think about it. 6 months ago, if you'd said, hey, would you vote for her? I'd say, yeah, I'm likely going to vote for her. Now I can't tell you that I trust her, because there's some big involved. I can't tell you that I trust her with the Freedom of Information Act and our public records. I can't tell you I trust her with Congress's right and responsibility to conduct oversight. I can't tell you I respect her with historians' right and responsibility to look back on archival document and see how our leaders lead. If this precedent that she has established is allowed to stand because she won, the public memory it will be under assault forever. There will no longer be a public memory if everyone conducts themselves the way she has. And I haven't even talked about classified documents. I also wonder about, every time we have a scandal like this, how does it reflect on the kind of leader the person would be? You write a lot about this, John. What does it say about the kind of leader they'd be? Well, is this someone who we can really trust to be transparent and accountable? Is this someone whose judgment we can count on? Is this somebody whose integrity we can count on? I don't know if I can trust Hillary Clinton anymore, and it doesn't make me happy to say that.
They're dealing with this issue with spin and misdirection rather than authenticity and honesty and openness, which is what the public would like, I think, with everyone. And the FBI and the Justice Department, based on what's been reported about what they're doing, seem to be doing a security investigation that could draw in her aides, could potentially draw in her. And as long as their posture towards it is to deny and to spin, I think she's setting herself for this to be a very long-running problem.